Welcome to another program in the series Teachers Lounge, produced by the Lincoln Park Education Association. Today's program will be of special interest to all the parents in our viewing communities. We will be previewing an upcoming event called Parenting Day, which offers workshops, exhibits, and child care activities, all designed to help parents cope with the challenging task of raising children in today's hectic world. We hope you will stay tuned to learn what exciting opportunities this event can offer you. Our guests today are Sue Amoros, a teacher with the Lincoln Park Public School System, and Kathy Gibson, a health educator with the Wayne County RESA. We're here today to discuss Parenting Day, an event that will be open to the general public. We hope to share with you an explanation of the event, to preview some of the events that will occur that day, and then to tell you how you may take advantage of this opportunity. Perhaps we could begin with one of you stating for us some kind of an explanation as to just what is Parenting Day.
Parenting Day is with regards to parenting as a profession. If people look at it as a profession, then just like other professions, doctors, lawyers, teachers, they are given opportunities to attend professional seminars which allow them to receive new information, to exchange information with other people that have the same work capacity that they do. So why not for parents? Parenting is a profession. So it is a day for our professional workshops which provide information on a wide magnitude of subjects for parents, grandparents, and anybody who works with children.
It sounds like an exciting opportunity, especially today. Every place we turn and everything we read talks about the difficult job parents face in today's world. And here we are offering an opportunity for parents to feel pride, as you said, in their job, but to gain information that will help them hopefully have an easier job of parenting and become better parents. Can you give us a little bit of background of how this came to be? This is going to be held in Lincoln Park, but is open to anyone, I understand. How did this come about that we are finally going to see this realized for our audience?
Well, I think Barbara Brish, who works with Lincoln Park Public Schools, first saw something like this in Southfield. They've been doing this for some years, and she had attended it and thought it was a real worthwhile effort and wanted to replicate the same kind of thing here in Lincoln Park. Offer parents here in the Downriver area an opportunity to hear experts in the field talk about how we can handle our children today. How can we work with them to do their homework, or how can we communicate better with our kids? And so she really is the one that got the ball rolling, and then a lot of people have been involved in the planning process since that time.
Well, we are fortunate that she was able to offer that idea. Who now is sponsoring it? Who is presenting the actual workshop?
We have 25 different workshops being offered, and if I can just avoid that question for just a minute and to give people an idea of what type of topics are available to them. There will be topics on the evaluation and treatment of children with attention deficit disorders, reading strategies for parents to work with their children, conflict resolution, it's a positive way of approaching potential conflicts, the well child, on tips on how to keep the child healthy, working at home with a learning disabled child, looking realistically at putting families together. This is especially geared for step parenting with the step families and the multiple families that we have with two separate families joined as one. The effects of divorce on families, disciplining teenagers, child movement, fathers coping with handicapped children, helping your child to succeed both in school and life, and stopping the report card complex are just a few of the topics that will be offered. There's a total of 25 workshops that are being offered on that day. Presenters are a wide variety. We have teachers, nurses, school psychologists, hospital psychologists, social workers that have all volunteered their time to present and speak with the parents. There's also, at the time of presentation during their workshops, they'll also be passing out information the parents can actually take home with them and have available for them. We also have people speaking from within our own district of Lincoln Park, but we also have people coming in from the Downriver Guidance Clinic, the Outwayne County Council on Child Abuse and Neglect, Waterford Public Schools, Evergreen Counseling Center, the Downriver Mental Health, Wyandotte Hospital, to just name a few.
I think the nicest thing too is that we tried to keep the cost down as much as we could. It's only $2 a person, and even that, if there's a problem with that $2, you know, they can call and try to make some other arrangements for that. We wanted every parent to have an opportunity to attend. I think the other thing is that besides the formal workshops, it's a real nice opportunity for parents to feel that support of being around other parents and having some open discussions on issues that are important to them, things they're dealing with their own children, and to see that every parent has the same issues and that they shouldn't feel like they're the only one who has to deal with discipline problems or a child who doesn't want to do their homework or other issues that parents have to deal with. It's a chance to really share. There'll be community agencies there also displaying their wares in the cafeteria. There'll be a lot of display tables where maybe health department or a civic group or like Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts might have their things there and flyers available so that parents can get more information about what's out there in our community.
Things related to them as parents or to their children, something that will help them in their family life.
There's so many services out there in the community, and a lot of times they're underutilized because parents just aren't aware of them. And so it's an opportunity to bring the two together.
It sounds like from some of the topics you mentioned that you have geared your various workshops to all ages of children,
Right.
parents of various ages. Would that be correct, that you're hoping that parents of young children will attend as well as parents of teenagers?
Yes, and as I said earlier, this isn't just geared for just parents. Anybody who's involved with children could take opportunity to do this. Grandparents that might be the person who actually does the child providing, they're more than welcome to come and attend this also. Single parents, parents or aunts and uncles who have a great effect on some child's life, they're more than welcome to attend. This is open to anyone who works with children outside of the school situation, or even those who work within the school situation. There'll be opportunities for them to learn some new ideas.
So those perhaps who work with scout groups, as you mentioned, maybe those who provide daycare in their homes and are babysitters would
Definitely.
have some opportunity to learn new things that would aid them in their job as well. This is designed then not just for parents that feel they're having some difficulty. This is for everyone, for
Right.
those who think they have
Right.
the normal ideal family as well as those who may be going through a crisis or having some
Sure.
specific problem.
Sure, it's for anyone. And I think basically parenting is supposed to be fun. And there's a lot of days where you look at yourself and you think, fun? This isn't very much fun. And so it's just a good opportunity to get a little boost, a little shot in the arm as far as I am doing a great job, but maybe I could do some things a little bit differently. Maybe I can learn something new that would be helpful or exciting in my job as a parent.
It sounded that your topics were also of a variety of problems. I heard some that, for example, were about behavior. What else beside a child's behavior were your topics covering? Health, for example?
They have health, child movement, just to help your child become better coordinated. We have movement. There is a workshop being offered for the young children in helping their language development, getting them to speak more effectively at a younger age, a little bit clearer, and also to alleviate some of the parents' fears when they have that visitor come over and say, well, I don't understand what Johnny's saying. Well, at the same workshop, they'll also find out there's sometimes that a child isn't supposed to be understood. There are still some sounds that the child is not able, so that will ease that parent's fear that maybe there's something's wrong with my child, where it might be just a development thing, and if we just simply sit back and relax and just wait, things will come out fine. There is some workshops, there's a workshop dealing with death and how a child or even a young adult deals with the resolution of someone passing away.
I think another cute one is Stop the Report Card Reflex, which is done by the people who spend a lot of time in the area of child abuse. And how do we deal with, we all have to deal with those report cards coming home, and sometimes they're good and sometimes they're not real good. And how can we deal with them in a more positive way? If it's not a good report card, how can we turn that around and try to motivate the kids to do a little better without having to actually get physically violent with them in order to do that? That's really what that's all about. And it's a big campaign where they have posters that they try to circulate at report card time, which is a real neat concept. You know, how do I deal with this when it's not a good report card and I want some change? What can I do to affect that change with my kids?
And the timing of that sounds so wonderful, because here we are in the beginning of a new school year, and that first report card is approaching in a few months. And this would be an opportunity for parents to perhaps have an easier time than they've ever had before, and a more wonderful family experience when that card comes home. Some tips.
A follow-up with that is there's reading strategies for parents is one of the workshops also being offered to give parents, how's another way to get my child to read more, or get my child to read different things, different ways on how parents can help the children with reading, making reading a fun activity rather than sit down and read the book. It'll become more of a family activity rather than just mom or dad standing over the Johnny's head and saying, or Sally's head, whatever, and saying, come on, let's read the book, get your homework done. Reading can be fun and enjoyable, and the good uses that we can put reading to. So that's also at a good time. It's right here at the beginning of the school year, and the children and the parents can start developing some good habits with reading. Along with that, the library will be one of the exhibitors. The Lincoln Park Library, which is part of the Wayne County Library, will be there and helping parents know of some of the activities that occur at the library for the families.
Well, certainly we have so many exciting things to offer. Perhaps if we pause just for a moment now for some announcements, and when we come back, let's let the audience know the details of where this will be held and when and how they can attend.
I'm Willie Anastas. A few years ago, my father started SAD, Students Against Driving Drunk. Since then, teenage deaths due to drinking and driving have dropped over 50%. No matter what you think, you don't have to drink and drive or do illegal drugs. I don't know about you, but I don't drink and drive. In fact, I don't do any illegal drugs. I don't have to.
We're winning the battle against teenage drinking and driving, but we still need your help.
I come from a railroading family. My great-grandfather was a boilermaker, my grandfather a switch engine foreman, and I worked summers for the railroad. So I understand the fear and frustration of seeing someone on the track and not being able to do anything about it. The people in this cab are professionals, but they can't stop this train quickly. Before you cross any railroad track, look, listen, and live.
We've talked a little bit about how this came to be and all the exciting topics that will be discussed for parents that day. Could you now give us a little bit of the details about where and when so that our audience can start to mark their calendars and be sure they're able to attend?
On October 19th, it's a Saturday, Sweetest Day weekend, October 19th at the Lincoln Park High School. I also want to stress that even though it's Lincoln Park and it's being offered by the Lincoln Park Public Schools, this is open to anybody who wants to come. It's not just for Lincoln Park residents. It's for whoever wants to drive to the high school is more than welcome to come. We're in easy access to Dix Highway and Fort Street because the high school is located between the two. So it is at Lincoln Park High School on October 19th. The doors at the high school will open at 8:30 in the morning, in which there will be time for late registration. The exhibits will be open for people to walk through, and coffee will be available. From 9 to 9:15, there will be introductory remarks given by Barbara Brish. Then there will start 3 40-minute work sessions or workshops. From 9:15 to 9:55 will be a set of Workshop A, in which the parents will have approximately 11 or 12 different workshops that they can choose from that they wish to attend. From 10 to 10:40 will be Session B. From 10:45 to 11:15 there will be a break in which the parents can again view the exhibitors, exhibits, and have a time for snack. From 11:20 to 12 o'clock will be session C, which will be the last session. There's a total of 25 workshops being offered between those 3 sessions. Then from 12 to 12:30, there will be time for the parents to view one last time any exhibits that they haven't seen. The cost is $2 per person. And we also have, for those parents who have children that they cannot find a babysitter for, we do have child care facilities available on the high school premises. The cost is 50 cents for each child that attends that day. We have to know the number of children, so those people who wish to bring their children with them must pre-register by October 11th.
Could I ask that, that we are in the education business or the professional healthcare services, and so we're used to things like workshops and what that really means. We have many people in the general public, particularly maybe new parents or young parents not yet connected with schools, and we would want them to attend as well, who perhaps have never been to a workshop and might be a little hesitant, thinking, do I have to dress up, and do I have to speak up, and what will I encounter there? Could we somehow make them feel comfortable and let them know just how much or how little will be asked of them when they're there, and the fact that we think they will be comfortable, even if it is their first workshop experience? What might they encounter, a beginner coming in the door who has never attended?
Workshops are kind of a treat day. It's kind of a day when we treat the parents to a very special day. They'll come in, they'll have a packet of informational materials that they'll receive. They'll get a name tag to put on. They'll have a chance to have coffee and mix with some other parents, go into the cafeteria and see the exhibitors that are there. And then when it's time for the workshops to actually start, what that means is they'll pick whichever workshop they're interested in. They will go to that classroom. They'll sit down. There'll be a presenter there who will usually do more of a presentation, and then there'll be a time for question and answer. But it's a real non-threatening thing. There's nothing that's going to be asked of them other than just to be there and to enjoy and to take in any little bit of information they can as a parent. And of course, there's always opportunities to share when there's a discussion. If a parent wants to offer, well, I tried this and this worked very well for me, that's great. But it's really just a special treat day for parents. We want to make them feel special and do whatever we can for them. If our funding base was bigger, we'd wine them and dine them. But as it was this year, we got as many donations as we could just to keep the cost down. So it's just a special day for them, and they'll go away with some special treats for them.
I like that expression of a treat for them, because I think that is true. And if they've never attended, and once they come, wearing whatever comfortable clothes they want to wear, being as comfortable as they can be with or without their children, I think they will walk away eager to say, yes, this is I think the first annual. My understanding is you're hoping to repeat this in coming years.
Right.
I'd also like to point out that for the children that do attend, there will be activities already scheduled for them to participate in. Also, we have Dr. Stephen Polisak, a dentist in the area, who will also be coming in and talking to the children about dental health care and passing out, I shouldn't say that, he will be there to show them what they should do about keeping good, healthy teeth and strong teeth. They'll also have a time for arts and crafts. There will be a little bit of a movement exercise program for them. And I'm trying to think if there was anything.
Snacks.
Snacks, yes.
Remember the food.
We will.
We'll have goodies for the kids too, and I think just a real a fun experience for them. We've got volunteers from the community that are going to help with the child care aspect, and they've got a lot of exciting things planned for the kids. So they'll have an enjoyable day, and moms, dads, parents, guardians, whatever, can really relax and enjoy knowing that their children are being taken care of, and they can have their special treat for the day.
However, the child care is only available for children from 3 to 12 years of age. Because of the limited facilities of being within the high school, they can't accommodate children still in diapers. So they're asking the children be from 3 to 12 years of age for the child care.
So if you have your own babysitting facilities, that's fine. And if not, at least starting with age 3, we can help you out.
Right.
If you will attend.
Right, right.
That sounds very, very exciting. I know you said that you have many speakers who are in the education business and healthcare fields. I understand that one of the topics is going to be a presentation about a current discussion topic that you see on television, you read it in the newspapers, called attention deficit disorder. Could you explain a little bit about what's going to happen in that regard so that if there's someone in the audience who's interested, they might want to come to hear that?
One of the terms that they might be more used to hearing is ADD, children that have a learning disabled due to attention deficit disorder. There will be a panel discussion led by Dr. David Benjamin, who's a board-certified child neurologist. Speaking with him will also be psychologist Dr. James Lacombe and Donna Sprague. There will also be a social worker, Mary Jane Armstrong. Between the four of them, during session C, which is the 11:20 to 12 o'clock session, they will hold a panel discussion about the multidisciplinary evaluation that must go on for these children, as well as the treatment and the multidisciplinary treatment that should occur with a child with attention deficit disorder. So it should be a very informative, I know of many teachers that wish to attend this, as well as parents.
Something new that we're hearing about, and we need to become informed in case we encounter either a child of ours or a student of ours who might have this problem.
I think it's an opportunity to get some real accurate information and what I should do if I'm concerned that this might be a problem with my child. Because you read so much, you just don't know where to start sometimes. So this will be an opportunity to have a great resource in the area and also get some real accurate information.
Now, if people are interested, we've told them about where and how and even the cost and how reasonable that is. How do they sign up? Where do they call? Where do they get forms? Could you share with us that information for the audience?
These brochures have been printed up, and they are in all of the schools in Lincoln Park. They're in the Lincoln Park Library. For people that are not part of Lincoln Park, they could probably pick them up at the library would be the easiest place to find them. There's a registration sheet inside of it where they can sign up for the workshops that they'd like to attend, and then I think it has to be mailed into the board office. It has a note on here, Return to Parenting Day, Lincoln Park Public Schools, along with the amount, or they can drop it off at the board office, which is on Southfield.
If they are with Lincoln Park, they can also have the child just bring it back to the school, and then the offices will send it on to the proper people who are handling the registration. For people who are outside of the district, as Kathy had said, going to the library, or if they would call the Lincoln Park board office, they can also give them further information onto how to obtain a Parenting Day package.
I know at the end of our program we will be running that phone number on the screen so that those who do want to call the Lincoln Park Board of Education, either for additional information or registration materials, they will be able to contact that person. You mentioned that Lincoln Park is sponsoring this, but I understand you've had a lot of community support for this project. Would you like to discuss that a little bit, or perhaps thank those people, mention some of them?
I think just to make a big thank you, there's quite a few people on here, anywhere from the Lincoln Park police officers and credit union and a couple of businesses, a couple of the PTAs in the schools. A lot of community agencies, civic groups have donated money for printing of brochures, purchasing things that are needed for that day so that we could keep the cost down, and we really want to thank them. We've listed all of those people on the back of the brochure to give them kind of a thank you.
So I think we need to let the audience know that we believe in children. Obviously, all these sponsors in the district does, and we hope they will believe enough in the importance of their parenting job and take pride in it and come out and feel comfortable, treat themselves, as you mentioned, learn lots of things that Sue pointed out, and join us. And if they forget anything else, just call the Lincoln Park Schools and come on October 19th. A wonderful way to spend a Saturday morning with or without your children, but helping your children. And we thank you both for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for viewing our program today. By bringing you this discussion, we hope you will attend Parenting Day on October 19th. We would like you, the parents in our viewing audience, to learn ways to make your job easier and more successful. Should you have questions or desire additional information, you may contact the Lincoln Park Board of Education at 389-0200. Thank you.